Hey Robert, are you there? I just wanted to let you know that I'm leaving my appointment to check up on my pregnancy.
Oh, was that today? I completely forgot about that.
Well, I'm actually on the bus coming back home right now. I just wanted to let you know that I was on my way back home now.
Oh yeah, now that I think about it, you did mention something about this to me yesterday, didn't you? You were talking about how you were feeling way more queasy than usual and that you wanted the doctors to have a look to make sure that everything was going well. So, anyways, what did they say? Was everything okay when you went to go to the doctors?
Yep, pretty much. They said that these things tend to happen when you're pregnant and that I was on track for a healthy baby.
That's amazing news. I'm so happy to hear that. But has there been any updates about the baby at all? Like, do we even know if it's going to be a boy or a girl?
I don't think we're going to be able to know that until we're about 20 weeks or so into this, but I guess we will find out eventually either way.
Yeah, you're right about that at least. Anyways, thanks a lot for updating me about this. I actually am just about to leave the office to go run some errands with my boss though, so I have to go right now. Sorry.
All good. Just wanted to give you an update and let you know that everything's going fine.
Got it. Well, I can't wait to hear more about that when you get home from work tonight.
Sounds good to me. Good luck at work today. You got this.
A few days later. Hey, Sam? Are you there? I just want to talk to you about something really quick.
Oh, Robert, sure. I thought you were at work right now, though. Is now a good time to talk for you?
Yeah, I'm really sorry. I just have to tell you this right now. It's pretty important, actually.
Oh my, I see. What is it? Is everything okay?
No, it's just, well, it's been decided that I'm going to have to go on a 6-month business trip to Alaska.
Hold on a second. Your work is going to be sending you all the way to Alaska?
Yeah, it's true. Kind of crazy, I know. I tried telling management that we more or less just found out that you were pregnant to not do this, but they already made up their minds. Besides, I guess the whole reason they chose me to go in the first place is because there isn't anyone else in the office who can do what I do, and they need me up there. But I would hate to make you move all the way up there with me, especially given that we do know that you're pregnant now. I would just hate for a move like that to have any kind of negative impact on the baby.
No, you're right about that. We should be careful with these kinds of things for sure. Besides, we're only just starting to get into winter now, and I don't know if I'm ready to go to Alaska at a time like this.
Yeah, not only that, but it sounds like they're going to be working me pretty hard up there. It sounds like I won't even have that much time for myself, let alone to be with you.
I see. So basically you're saying that it would be too much if I wanted to go up to be in Alaska with you while you were there.
I don't like it either, but I think it's important that we acknowledge that, right? But I was thinking about what we could do. And maybe it wouldn't be so bad if you go live with your parents for a bit until I get back. Maybe you could even stay there until you give birth, since they're clearly more capable of giving you the support that you need.
You think I should go back to my parents' place to give birth? Well, I guess I could do that. Although I suppose if I did, I would have to find a hospital down there and just make sure they had all my files on hand.
Yeah, not to mention that you already work remotely anyways, right?
You're right about that. It doesn't really matter where I am as long as I have my laptop to be able to do my work.
Well, great. It sounds like we figured it out. Why don't you go talk to your mom and dad about this then?
I guess I will. I'll go ahead and call my dad around the time that he should be getting off work. Sam! Oh my gosh, it's been forever since I've heard from you! You have no idea how surprised I was to get a message from you! Well, of course I was going to reach out to you, Chelsea. After all, I did have some big news that I wanted to share with you. That's right! A huge congrats to you on being pregnant! This is so exciting! I can't believe you're going to be a mom soon. Not only that, but I can't believe that I'm going to get to hang out with one of my best friends soon. Well, the pleasure is all mine, trust me. I can't wait to get to hang out with you, too. Say, Sam, is everything okay? I don't know, you seem a little bit off, I guess. What do you mean? You can tell that just through text? Well, I wouldn't be a good best friend if I couldn't tell through text, now would I? But, yeah, is everything okay with you? Well, I don't really know if I should get into this. It's okay. You know that you can talk to me about anything. Think of all that we've been through together. You're right. The thing is that Robert left on a business trip to go to Alaska, and he's going to be away for a total of 6 months. Yeah, I remember you telling me something about that in the message where you told me you were pregnant and coming back home for a bit. But what does this have to do with you? Are you okay? Did you two get into a fight or something? No, we didn't get into a fight or anything like that, and I don't think that many things happened between us. Well then, what is it? What's got you so upset like this? I'm upset because no matter how hard I try, I can't seem to get a hold of Robert. What do you mean you can't get a hold of him? You mean like when you call, the reception is bad or something like that? No, I mean that when I call him, he doesn't even pick up. And he hasn't answered a text message of mine in forever as well. This has already been going on for a month already. Wait a second, you're telling me that your husband went away on a business trip a month ago and hasn't gotten in touch with you since? Well, it doesn't mean that he's doing anything bad, right? Maybe it just means that he's really, really busy or something. After all, he did tell me before leaving that his job was going to be keeping him extra busy while he was away on work. I see. But even if he was super busy, you'd think he would still send you the occasional update to let you know that he was doing okay. Right, I mean, yeah, I guess you are right about that. It's not like him to leave me high and dry like this. Sam, are you still at your parents' house right now? Yeah, I am actually. I'm probably going to be staying here for a while, actually. Why do you ask? Well, I'm just glad that you're at home with your folks rather than at home all by yourself. I'm just glad that you have family nearby. Yeah, I agree with you there. This would be much more difficult if I had to go through this by myself. That being said, I do have to go pretty soon to make a doctor's appointment. Oh, right. I guess you do still have all that to worry about on top of Robert. Well, okay then. You take care getting to your appointment. No problem, and thanks for checking in on me. I really do appreciate it. Hey, Robert, are you there? I really wish that you would get back to me. I miss you a lot, and I just want to know that you're okay. Are you eating enough? I guess I can tell you how I've been doing. There aren't really any problems here. The doctor says that the pregnancy is going well and there's nothing to worry about. So basically, assuming that nothing terrible happens, we should be on track for the baby's delivery. I guess I'll reach out to you later when I have some more news to tell you. Hey, Sam, are you there? I was just wondering if you had a little second to chat. Oh, Chelsea, hey there. Yeah, what's up? What's on your mind? I was just wondering where you are right now, and if there's anyone close to you? Close to me, as in physically? Well, I'm at home right now with my mom, so I guess that she is. I see. The thing is that I kind of wanted to talk to you about Robert. I think I have some information that you might be interested in. What do you mean by that? Well, you told me that Robert told you he had to handle some business in Alaska for a while, right? Yeah, he said that his company was sending him there on a long-term business trip. But why do you even bring that up? Do you have some news about Robert that I might not have heard? Well, first, I just want to say that I am so sorry that you're about to hear what you have to hear through me. But there was no way that I was going to keep this from you all the way until you gave birth. I think you have a right to know what I'm about to tell you, and if anything, I'm glad that your mom is nearby, because I think you might need someone after I finish what I have to say. Chelsea, please, you're starting to scare me. Whatever it is that you have to tell me, can you please just spit it out already? You're right, I'm sorry. But you'll see why I feel so bad being the one to tell you this. The truth is that Robert is cheating on you. He's having an affair. There, I said it. I'm so sorry that you had to find out this way, but he's not even in Alaska. He's only in Chicago. Wait, what do you mean by that? What do you mean Robert's in Chicago? I mean that he's really only a 4-hour drive away from where you two live. Isn't that crazy? It is, because we've never gone to Chicago together. I know, but the thing is that apparently Robert is there in Chicago with another woman who is also pregnant. Okay, wait. Hold on just a second. Let's do this one at a time. So you're telling me that my husband was never in Alaska to begin with? Instead, he's been in Chicago this whole time? That's right. And the reason that I know that is because I'm on a business trip in Chicago right now. I'm actually staying not too far from where Robert is. You're kidding me. And you're sure that it's him that you saw? I wouldn't be messaging you this if I didn't triple check that it was him before coming to you about this. I'm sorry, I don't mean to doubt what you're saying, but this is all just so much to take in at once. And you're telling me that not only is he cheating on me, but he even got this other woman pregnant? Well, thanks for coming to me with this. You're right, I am glad to know all of this now. Robert, are you there? You and I need to have a little talk, or at least I have something that I need to tell you. Remember how you were asking about whether or not the baby was going to be a boy or a girl? Well, the doctors told me that they are quite sure I'm having a girl. But I guess you're still not going to respond to me. Well, anyways, I have another appointment that I need to get to. Hey, Chelsea, are you there? I just wanted to update you a little bit on how things have been going. And maybe do a little bit of complaining as well. Sam, of course. You know that you can always talk to me about whatever's on your mind. Well, I want you to know that I got some mail from Robert the other day. It was signed divorce papers. You're kidding me. He really sent you signed divorce papers in the mail when he hasn't even talked to you? That's right. And actually, I think that Robert's parents might have something to do with what's going on. His parents? Well, what do you mean by that? Well, you remember how I hired that PI to follow Robert around? He told me that apparently his other woman is pregnant with a son. I remember how Robert's parents would complain to me all the time that when I got pregnant, I had better give them a son. They told me all about how they just wouldn't accept a granddaughter and how worried they were about someone to carry on the family name. And another thing, the divorce papers came from the city of Chicago, so you were right. He was never in Alaska to begin with. Sam, I am so sorry. Are you okay right now? Is there anything I can do for you? What do you mean by that? Well, I just mean that you don't have to pretend to be unfazed by this, you know? It's okay to say that you're upset. Well, yeah, of course I'm upset about this, but I have more important things to worry about as well. Like this baby that I have inside me. And I'm not going to let the actions of their idiotic father affect how they grow up. You know, I have a lot of respect for you, but just please let me know if there's anything that I can do for you, okay? I will, Chelsea, but I just want to thank you for all that you've done for me already. It really does mean the world to me. Hello again, Robert. I just wanted to let you know that this marks half a year from when you began to ignore me completely. I really didn't think that this was going to last as long as it did. But anyways, I wanted you to know that I filed those divorce papers. I'm going to be moving in with my parents permanently now, and I never ever want to see you again. So have a nice life, you no-good, cheating lowlife.
Hey, what? What do you mean by that? What are you talking about?
So this is what it takes to get you to respond to me?
You really have no idea what you're talking about at all, do you? I send you divorce papers, and you don't even bother asking me what it could be about? You just assume that I was cheating on you? I was hoping that those papers would have made you want to be with me even more. After all, I've been busting my butt up here for our family in Alaska. How dare you accuse me of cheating?
I'm not accusing you of cheating. I'm just stating a fact, Robert.
Well, do you even have any proof of what you're talking about?
Of course I have proof. You really think I would be acting this way if I didn't know what I was talking about?
Wait, you do have proof?
Of course I do. I have proof that you're cheating on me and proof that you're not in Alaska, but Chicago. And that you're with some woman named Eve, who you got pregnant before you did me.
Wait, hold on. How did you hear about all this?
Oh, I have my ways. But if you want to know how I found out about Chicago, it was because I called your work after you weren't getting back to my messages. I told them that I couldn't get in contact with you and asked if it was because you were in Alaska, but they told me that you had quit your job. And another one of your old coworkers told me about how you were talking about getting ready to move to Chicago. You went to try and line up with this Eve woman's pregnancy as well as to be close to your parents. And when you got my message about having a girl, that was when you finally sent me the divorce papers.
But then, you must realize this means that it's all your fault that I had to leave you, right? I mean, you knew how my parents felt about the sex of the baby, so you basically closed the door on yourself when you told me that you were pregnant with a girl.
How can you say that when you were already cheating on me before we even knew what the baby was going to be?
Look, Sam, you know that my parents really wanted a son, and yet you were going to give us a daughter. Well, you know what I think that means? I think that means you were cheating on me. Why else would you be having a daughter? I want a DNA test to prove that baby is even mine. Hey, Sam. You there? I know we haven't talked in forever, but I just wanted to tell you the baby I had with Eve, well, it turns out that it wasn't even mine. So please, could you come back to me and marry me? Because you're not going to believe this, but Eve lied to me. She told me that she was going to have a son, but she was also pregnant with a daughter. Now my family has no heir, but we're desperate. Sam, are you there? Please, you have to pick up the phone. You and I could get back together. We could try and have a second child. I'm so sorry that I accused you of cheating all those years ago. You're right, though. I was a cheater, and it was my fault for ruining our marriage. But you have to know how sorry I am. I never thought that these things would end like this for me. Please, Sam, you have to take me back. I'm begging you.
For years, I had gone back and forth about whether or not to block Robert's number. I wasn't sure if I was waiting to think of something to say to him or if I was waiting for him to apologize. But when those messages came through, I realized that Robert was never going to change who he was as a person. And I suppose that means, in some way, I'm grateful that Robert took it upon himself to remove himself from my life like that. Of course, being a single mother hasn't been easy, but at least I've had my parents to rely on, not to mention the child support checks that I was able to get from Robert. It was only later that I heard about this through the grapevine, but it turns out that Robert ended up going to the doctor after having 2 girls. But the doctors were surprised and told him he was lucky to have any children at all. Apparently something was wrong, and the doctors told him they would be shocked if he could ever have children again. So it seems that Robert is never going to have a child who can pass on the family name. After I moved in with my parents permanently, Chelsea and I were able to hang out in person more and more. It was so great catching up with her, and I told her how thankful I was for all of her help while I was dealing with Robert. It was during this time that I met her older brother and fell in love. We married about a year after I had my daughter, and I moved out of my parents' house to live with him. It's been a few years since the two of us got married, and I couldn't be happier. I'm surrounded by friends and family and loved ones, and I haven't heard from Robert since the last time he messaged me all that time ago. I even have a second child, a son this time, with my new husband. My daughter, Naomi, has only ever known Robert as her father, and the two get along amazingly. One day, when she's older, we'll tell her the long and complicated story of her birth, but thankfully, that's not for a long time.
Hey honey, I'm gonna be back late tonight as I've got to work a little bit overtime, so I was just wondering if you could finish packing my bags for me. I've done most of the packing already, but I just need the small things like my toiletries and hair products put in my main bag.
Hey sweetie, yeah, that's fine. I can do that for you. As long as you can pick me up some mint humbugs from the shop on your way back. You know I like to have some sweets when we're traveling, especially on planes.
Yeah, that's no problem.
Oh my god, I can't believe that we're actually going to the Seychelles though. I've always wanted to go there. Are you sure that your parents don't mind us coming with them?
Yeah, I've already told you that they don't mind. In fact, they're the ones who told us to go with them, so I don't know why you're so worried about it.
Well, it's just, I always feel like your parents don't really like me. Like, sometimes I feel like I say something and they just talk to me like I'm stupid. Either that, or they just ignore me completely. I just don't want to end up being on holiday with them and it's all awkward and stuff. I mean, that wouldn't be a very enjoyable holiday for us, would it?
My parents don't hate you. How could you even think that? They've been nothing but nice to you. I mean, they even invited you on the strip with them. I don't think someone who hates you would do that, would they?
I guess not. So, do you think it's just all in my head then?
Definitely. My mom's a saint. She can never hate anyone. So I want you to try and get along with her, okay? I've noticed a bit of tension between the two of you, and I think that maybe you both just need to spend a bit more time together, talk out whatever differences you have with each other, and then just get over them. It'll make everything much easier for everyone.
Well, okay. If you honestly think that we just need to spend a bit of time talking with one another, then I'll trust you and do my best. I mean, I'd like to get along with her as well, because she's important to you.
Yeah, she's very important to me. I mean, my mom is pretty much the most important woman in my life, so I don't know what I'll do if you can't get along with her.
For you, I'll try my best.
Thanks. Anyway, I need to get back to work now. I'll see you later.
I'll see you later. Love you.
Adele, it's Velma. I just wanted to double check that you and Jack were ready to get going. I want to get to the airport with plenty of time to get checked in and through security without having to rush. We wouldn't want to miss our flight now, would we?
Hi, Velma. Yes, me and Jack are ready. We're just loading the last little bits into the car and then we'll be on our way. Probably start off in about 5 minutes.
Well, are you going to be driving in 5 minutes or aren't you?
Sorry, but what do you mean?
I can't wait around on a probably. For all I know, that could mean that you two aren't going to be on your way to the airport for at least another hour yet. You need to be more precise with your timings and more respectful of people's time, especially for something like this. The plane won't wait simply because you're not on board. You do know that, don't you?
Are you sure? I could have sworn that all we'd have to do is ask the pilot to wait until we're on board, lol.
Where on earth did you get that idea? That's completely ridiculous.
It was a joke, Velma.
Well, it wasn't funny. Don't do it again.
Right. Well, Jack's ready to go, so we're getting in the car now. See you at the airport.
Okay. Tell my Jack that I can't wait to see him.
Of course.
Oh, and tell him to drive carefully. I wouldn't want him getting into an accident.
No, neither of us would like that.
Uh-huh. Anyway, goodbye.
Hey, Jack? Where is everybody?
What do you mean?
Well, I just got back from the restroom, but no one is at the table that we were all sitting at. Where did you all go?
Oh, well, my mom wanted to go to the gate early to see if there were any first class tickets left for the plane. Thankfully there were, so she upgraded all of us and we're just sitting in the first class lounge now.
Oh, I guess I'll make my way there then. Where is it?
Oh, no, sorry, but, your ticket hasn't been upgraded. You're still in economy.
Wait, what? Why am I the only one who hasn't been upgraded?
Well, it was a first come first serve thing, and there were only a few tickets left for first class. We only just about managed to get the three of us upgraded. There's no way that there'll be any left now. Sorry.
So then, why didn't you wait for me?
Huh?
If you knew that you were going to go and upgrade your seat, why didn't you and your parents wait for me to come back from the restroom? I was only gone like 5 minutes. All you had to do was wait for me.
Well, my mom didn't want to risk all of the upgrades being taken. It's not my fault if you can't control your bladder. If you really want to, you can check if there are any upgrades left, but I doubt we'll be able to sit together if there are.
I can't really afford to pay for an upgrade to first class myself. Would your mom be willing to help? I mean, she paid for yours, didn't she?
Are you seriously asking for my mom to pay to upgrade your ticket? That's kinda low class of you, Adele.
What? How is it? She upgraded yours.
Yeah, but I'm her son. You're not really blood related, so it's kinda cheeky to ask her to pay for yours as well.
You know what? Forget it. I'll just stick to the seat I already have.
Yeah, it's probably the best. Anyway, you'll probably find it much better in your seat.
Oh yeah, because first class would have been so terrible.
Jeez, don't get all moody on me. It's not my fault that you missed out.
Whatever.
Look, you better cheer up on the flight. I don't want to be spending my holiday with you if you're moody all the time.
Moody? Are you seriously trying to say that I shouldn't be feeling at least slightly annoyed by all of this? You have ditched me, your wife, to go to first class with your parents. I think I have every right to feel slightly upset.
Okay, I get it. We can talk about it later when we land. I need to go now because they're boarding.
No, they're not. The plane doesn't board for another 15 minutes yet.
First class gets to get on first.
Of course they do.
Yeah, anyway, my mom's telling me to turn off my phone for the flight, so I'll see you when we land.
See you later then. Jack, where are you? I really need to talk to you right now. Jack, come on, please, it's important.
Adele, what's wrong now?
Have you seen what your mom has done with the room arrangement?
What about it?
Well, she's put me in an entirely separate room from you and everyone else. How is that fair or even right? I mean, we're married for goodness sake. And to make matters worse, you're all up in like one of the apartment suites and I'm just in a bog standard room. Why?
Maybe there was a mix-up with the rooms or something. I can check with her to see.
Yes, please.
Hey, Adele. Yeah, there was no mix-up. That's your room for the holiday.
What?
Yeah, look, it's nothing against you, but my mom just doesn't feel comfortable with me and you sharing a room, you know? And this apartment only has 2 bedrooms.
Jack, are you kidding right now? We are married. We've shared a room for quite a while now. Surely your mom knows this.
Well, yeah, obviously, but while she's the one in charge of this trip, she'd prefer it if we respected her wishes and slept in separate rooms. And I don't want to make my mom uncomfortable.
Jack, if you don't tell your mom that I'm going to share a room with you, or that you're going to come and share my room with me, then I swear I will leave.
That's a really horrible ultimatum you've given me. How can you expect me to do that to my mom?
Wow, okay. I can see that you're clearly going to pick your mom over me, despite how horrible, rude, and just plain spiteful she's been to me.
Hey, don't say that about my mom. She's the sweetest.
No, she's really not. She's a horrible old woman who has purposefully tried to leave me out of this entire holiday and make things a horrible experience for me. I've tried to be polite and friendly with her, but every time I try to talk to her, she just ignores me or speaks condescendingly to me. And I've had enough.
Well, you've not exactly been the best to talk with.
What do you mean by that?
Well, it just seems to me that all you've done on this trip so far is complain. I mean, we're in the Seychelles and all you've done is moan about not being in first class and moan about being left out of the apartment. You've got a room, haven't you? So you should be grateful that you're even here.
Oh, is that so? I should be grateful that your mom goes out of her way to be horrible to me, and that you always pick her side no matter what she does? Yeah, I don't think so. I am not going to stick around here just to be yours and your mom's punching bag for the entire holiday.
Well, I don't know what you think you're gonna do.
I'm sure I'll think of something. After all, it seems to me like you don't care what I do.
What? Whatever, I'm gonna head out to the pool. I don't think you can go to this one because it's for apartment renters and higher. You'll have to go to the regular pool with everyone else.
Sure. As long as you're not there, I'll have a great time.
Adele, why on earth have I just seen you heading up to the penthouse suite? Your room is way below that.
Huh? Oh, it's you. Well, if you must know, I upgraded myself to the penthouse suite.
What? Why have you done that? There's no way we can afford that.
Well, you see, I got sick and tired of being treated as less than by you and your parents. So, I thought to myself, what's better than an apartment suite? And it came to me, the penthouse is the best room in the hotel. So, I rented it for the week.
This is gonna cost us everything we have. Jeez, well, I guess you can't take it back now. I'll just let my parents know and we'll head up.
Oh, no. You nor your parents are welcome in my room.
What?
You heard me. I don't want any of you up here with me. You can all stay in your apartment suite that you were so adamant not to share with me.
Adele, you can't do this. I'm your husband, so you will share that penthouse with me and my family. It was paid for by both of our accounts, so half that is mine.
Actually, I paid for this room on my own credit card, so you have no right to come here at all. And if you try to, I'll just call security. And as for being my husband, that's not true either. At least, it won't be very soon.
Huh?
Yeah, I'm filing for a divorce as soon as we get back.
What? Why?
Really? You're asking that? Well, if you really want to know, it's because of how you've treated me this entire time that we've been away.
I've not done anything.
You've been just as horrible to me as your mom has, constantly blaming me and saying that it's my fault that your mom is being horrible to me, not to mention that you're more than happy for me to go off on my own as long as you get what you want. So fine, I will go off on my own and enjoy my life how I want to. I won't let you or your horrible family hold me back anymore. As far as I'm concerned, this holiday is the beginning of my new life. You can do whatever you want. I know I am. I'm going to go out and enjoy the Seychelles the way that I want to. And when I get back, I'm moving all of my stuff out and going to get myself a brand new apartment and start my life without you holding me back. Besides, it seems to me like you and your mom have your own special relationship that no one is going to be able to compare to. So I hope you're happy with that. Now, I'm going to go. I've got a lovely bubble bath, champagne compliments of the hotel, and a plate full of chocolate strawberries to enjoy. Have a nice life.
Adele, get back here! I'm ordering you! Adele?
Just like I said, I had an amazing holiday in the Seychelles. I did everything I had ever wanted to. Scuba diving, relaxing on a yacht, and even driving a speedboat. It was the best holiday ever. especially because I didn't have to worry about Jack or his mom, who I heard nagged him the entire time they were on holiday about not being in the penthouse. Once back home, I moved out of the house I shared with Jack and filed for divorce. It all went through smoothly, as Jack realized that I wasn't going to go back to him no matter what. And even though being on my own is quite scary, I know that I am much better off finding myself and not being made to feel awful by someone who doesn't love me.